Yeah?
I've got a $10 question here.
Oh boy.
$10. Here it is.
Okay, this is now things are looking up. Like we got a $10 question.
So a $10 question receives a bardic eruption.
You betcha. It shall, I say. Yeah. Because that's, yeah, these guys.
And so, when the asker of these questions they ask in a very bad Russian accent. They ask this question. And they ask, when they fix bridge?
They fix bridge.
When they fix bridge. Comrade Robbins, I must insist for $10 that you answer this question not only in bardic recitation, but also in bad Russian accent for an entire bardic recitation. No? Yes?
Bardic recitation is from is reward of good question. Is not answer to question. But I now answer. When they fix bridge. When People's North American Democratic Republic of Caltrans gets ready to stop going over with proverbial fine-toothed comb in order to satisfy apparatchiks and kulaks in administrative offices, then gates will be open and bridge once more returned to popular use. It is, after all, the People's Bridge.
People's Bridge.
What about
Little Orphaned Annie's come to our house to stay, to wash the cups and saucers up and dust the crumbs away, and chew the chickens off the porch, and bake the bread and sweep and make the fire and rake the grounds and earn her board and keep. But all us other chillin' when the supper things is done, we sits around the kitchen fire and has the mostest fun of listening to the witch tales that Annie tells about, and the goblins that gets you if you don't watch out. And once there was a little boy who wouldn't say his prayers. And when he went to bed at night, away upstairs, his mammy heard him holler, and his daddy heard him bawl. And when they tipped the covers down, he wasn't there at all. And they searched him in the rafter room, the cubby hole and press. They searched him up the chimney flue and everywheres, I guess. But all they ever found was just his pants and roundabout. And the goblins will get you if you don't watch out. And once there was a little girl who used to laugh and grin, make fun of everybody and all her blood and kin. And once when there was company and old folks was there, she mocked him and she shocked him and she said she didn't care. And then, just as she clicked her heels and turned to run and hide, there was two great big black things a-standing at her side, and they snatched her through the ceiling, for she knew what she's about. And the goblins will get you if you don't watch out. And Little Orphaned Annie says that when the blaze is blue and the lamplight flickers and the wind goes, whoo, you better mind your parents and your teachers fond and dear, and cherish them what loves you, and dry the orphan's tear, and help the poor and needy ones that clusters all about, or the goblins will get you if you don't watch out.
Well, there it is. We've got a $5 question here.
Oh, great. That's good. I'm glad.
It's kind of a tough question.
Oh, well.
Dr. Hal?
Yeah?
Is it a good idea to introduce my girlfriends to each other?
Well,
Is that a good idea? I think that the meat of the matter here
haven't
is
really thought it out, have they?
put me on
Yes, they've made a structural error.
Yeah. $5.
You know, I don't know all the circumstances, and it's very important to know them all, but you are trying for something very good. It's possible that something extremely good might eventuate from this introduction. It's also possible that you will fall and lose the attention of both ladies. So, you know, nothing is gained without trying. But why should you want to do it if you didn't have to do it? You must have some of the nature of a gambling man. You want to take that glorious gamble and hope that both will still remain enamored of you. Well, good luck with that person.
Well, Dr. Hal.
Yeah?
When oil runs out, what then? What is next source of energy for cars? What it says.
For cars. That's a good one. What we would do is we would get the lubricant from animals, specially raised for the purposes. Or if humanity degenerates further into a cruel future state, which some believe it will, into slave populations of humans who will be reduced to their lubricant potential.
Wow.
Just as these cruel overlords and archons of the future will wear stylish peasant skin ensembles, they will power their vehicles with the bodily substance of their vassals and slaves. And I, for one, will be glad I'm not there to see it.
You know,
I know, they don't like it. Sometimes I gotta call them like I see it.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's the matter? We got a side note.
It says fop.
Fop?
It does.
Fop.
Fucking old person.
What?
Fuck other people. Bullshit!
Well, that's good. We need that opinion so that that terrible dystopian system that I outlined will not come about. One can simply not agree that it could ever be possible. It would be far more difficult for such a tyranny, even one prolonged by perverted science, ever to get a grip on the world. So I salute you. All right? I'm ready.
Dr. Hal?
Yes?
Who believes in skepticism? I mean, who believes in skepticism? I mean, it's...
Well, Christopher Hitchens, James Randi, I could go on. There's a long list of people who are actual members of the Skeptics League, the Skeptical Society. They run the Skeptical Inquirer magazine. You can subscribe, and you can get atheistical, skeptical articles.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's true. These are famous skeptics.
Yeah, but how can you be sure?
And James Randi has spent his life debunking the crap. He has been hanging around, turning in Uri Geller and other frauds, and pointing out just how goofy it is that anybody believes any of this stuff. What about Richard Dawkins, eh? Richard Dawkins, who wrote the book The God Delusion. Boy, the believers hate him. He's a member of the Skeptics Society. Oh yes, they're out there. And their numbers may even be on the increase.
Work. All the same. How much cum could a qumquat if a qumquat could quat cum? And it's spelled C-U-M 976 C-U-M-M-M. The extra N is for extra cum.
That's no problem. The problem is the verb quat.
There's a problem with the verb quat?
Yeah, you gotta know the value of your terms to speak mathematically in order to be able to provide a good, solid meat and potatoes, honest answer. Otherwise, you're just gesturing with your fork and not bearing morsels of knowledge and satisfaction to your mouth. And then, of course, you can choke. The philosophical esophagus with the rough edge of knowledge. Anyway, how much cum could a qumquat or a qumquat, quat, if a qumquat could a quat cum? Quat enough. Don't forget, there are also loquats, which I prefer to qumquats. Loquats are better in my opinion. And after you eat the fruit, which is delicious, it tastes a little bit like the cherry, the highly polished looking seeds will bounce for a mile if you throw them down the street. I always do.